We are, I think we are live. But let's give a sec, shall we?
Yeah.
Are we live? Oh, yep. Here we go.
No.
Cool.
Oh,
we are live now. All right. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everyone. Today we are going to have this fantastic talk about how would you quickly set up your photo shoots with AD100pro with Ashley K. And Hanang, and she's this talk is going to be break down into two parts. She's going to share her most recent shots. Spend 10 or 15 minutes. We are live. It's funny. I think. Hi, Simon. We're going to spend the first 10 or 15 minutes to talk about her recent shots and how quick and easy to set up this AD100pro. And then we are gonna. That was good. We are. Then we are going to answer all your questions. So please feel free to leave all your questions and in the comments below. We will answer them at the end of the talk, which is 15 minutes later. And stay around. We are going to give out AD100pro today. If you answer your question at the Godox Facebook or YouTube channel at the end of that talk within 24 hours. Cool? All right.
Cool.
And all yours, Ash. Go ahead.
Firstly, before I even show you the photos, I love this light, this flash. It is the best. Look at it. It's like the size of a coffee mug. Like when I first got this flash, I was like, oh my God. Like I had a coffee mug in my hand at the same time and I was looking at it and I was like, oh, holy crap, that is amazing. So how awesome is this light? Like it's amazing. And I've been using this flash throughout this whole wedding season, just this one. So I love it. It's really, really portable, easy to, take around with you, easy for your assistant, or if you don't have an assistant, mainly I don't have an assistant, which you'll see through some of these photos. So having something so easy that just goes on a light stand at a wedding is brilliant. I love it. Awesome. I'm going to go through some of these images that I've taken recently, and I have taken so many with the AD100pro lately that it was really hard to know what to share with you guys, but I'm just going to show you what I've done in the last few weddings and then also show you some videos of behind the scenes so you can kind of get an idea of how easy these kind of shots are to set up and how quick you can do them even without an assistant, just using the AD100pro. So here we have a situation where we are at the reception, and I was sitting around just thinking, oh, it'd be really nice to get the couple to go in between the guests while they're eating and quickly just do a shot. It's just a nice ambient shot of everything that's going on. Of course, when I've set this up, the guests started taking photos. So I was like, oh no, I'm the one taking photos, not you guys. But so I'll show you through in the next slide of the whole setup and how I took the photos. I'll click through. So I'm going to press play on the video and show you a quick. Now these are only iPhone videos, so they're not like a professional video. They're just literally a quick snippet of how I took the shot, how I set it up, and how quick I was able to get this shot and how easy it was. So I'll press play. All right, so as you can see, my phone camera needs a bit of a clean on the lens. Look at all that lens flaring. But that's how easy, that's how quick I did the shot. So basically, I got the couple to stand there. I put the flash on a stand, probably about maybe 1 meter to 2 meters away from the couple. I had a grid on it, so I was just trying to control the spread of the light. So I had the grid. And I took a couple of shots, one close-up shot and then one wide angle shot showing like the ambience around the room. And I just think it was a really cute shot of the couple with their guests eating. It like kind of reminds me of like them just standing still, taking a moment while everything crazy is going on around there. Not a spectacular shot, but so easy to do using the AD100pro there. So yes, we're not going to answer questions, are we? Going to the next slide.
Hi guys, feel free to leave your question below. We will answer all the questions at the end of the presentation altogether. So if you have any question, just drop it below.
Perfect. Right, next one is a really cool, fun shot that I took recently with a couple who were wanting to do the sparkler send-off shot. They were like, we really want to get the sparkler send-off. And I was like, oh, well, you know, you've only hired me till 9 o'clock. So, and they're like, oh, can we do something with, I'm like, you can hire me to the end if you want, but it's going to cost you. And they're like, oh, maybe we can do something fun with sparklers before you leave without having to do a sparkler send-off. So I was like trying all different things out, and I got the AD100pro out, put it on the stand again, no assistant here because I did have an assistant on the day who was doing some recordings of this wedding, showing, so I could show you guys like some behind the scenes. But I tend to like shooting with no assistants. Every now and then I'll have one, but I like to be able to show you guys that you actually don't need an assistant. This light is so easy. All you need is a light stand and the AD100pro, and you can get these shots pretty simply. So yeah, I've taken the couple outside with the bridal party. I've asked them to light the sparklers up, and I'm going to show you a video now of the whole situation happening. So I'll press play. Keep distance between each other. Guys, keep a distance between each other. That's such a loud mouth.
I get them to say ooga booga ooga.
Wow.
Keep going, just keep going. Keep going.
Wow.
So I'm not, like, I actually think that if anyone is a wedding photographer and stays till the end of the night for that sparkler send-off shot, I feel like it's almost such an overrated shot because it happens so quickly, and it's like when they're leaving, everyone's drunk. So you don't actually get to be overly creative with the shot anyway. So I feel like this is actually a better option. Like, this photo is way better than the sparkler send-off, because the sparkler send-off shot, have you done one, Aries? The sparkler send-off?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to stay all night, right to the end, till midnight. And then once they come out, everyone's drunk. My hair ends up getting burnt. Everyone else's arms get burnt because they're doing that big triangle thing out there, and the sparklers are coming at you. So I think this is like a really cool way of doing, you know, if your client asks you, can you do the sparkler send-off, and they don't want to, you know, pay the extra money for you to stay, this is a great way to sort of get them out and have some fun. And you could see in the video that the clients actually were having fun doing it. So that was really fun. And that's all done with the AD100pro. And the reason why I chose the location that I was at, the reason why I chose in front of the building is because I still wanted some like ambient light in the background. So it just sort of showed that we were like in front of the venue, because at that particular venue, there wasn't much happening. So yeah, I chose that one, and I really loved how the final result of that, and we're just playing around. First, we did like stay still with the sparklers, and you know, I thought it's pretty boring. Let's get them to move around, and then I also added in slow. I'm not the best. I'm going to admit it. I'm not the best at the slow shutter, you know, sparkler where it's like the last shot that I showed you guys before. I'm not the best at it. One, because I didn't have a tripod, and two, like when you're under pressure and the sparklers are running out, you're like, quick, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So like it was like not the best shot that I did, but I still think the couple really loved it, and it's still like a fun, cool shot for them. Moving on, just after this couple, we did this, I sent the bridal party away because it started to rain. And I was like, if you guys know this, like those that follow me know that I love the raining backflash shot. Like everyone loves that. Who doesn't like that shot? So it started to rain. So I was like, all right, bridal party, go away. I don't need you anymore. Get inside. And then this is the same couple. So yeah, I changed the direction because I didn't want, because I couldn't see the rain as much with all the distractions in the background with the venue. So I changed the direction to be more like a secluded background, which is, this is what I came up with. And I'll show you guys, like, for example, I don't know about you, Aries, but I keep my modeling lamp on all the time because I like to see like what's around and how the light's going to fall on the couple. So when I say no flash in the left side, it's still got the modeling lamp on the AD100pro, but still, even just with the modeling lamp, it's a pretty cool shot. Like, it's so much better with the flash though. But if you wanted to use your modeling lamp just to, like, you know, get that beautiful light source around, like the rim light around the couple, you can also sort of try that. But I prefer the flash. Do you?
Yeah, I do.
The flash
always
so
huge fan of the ring.
Yeah, I mean, who isn't a fan of it? But I'll show you guys the video of this so that you sort of can get like an indication of what it looks like. Look at each other's lips there. What do you mean?
Like for the
So yeah, this just gives you like a little indication of the setup of the couple there. And they were such troopers because, you know, who wants to stand out in the rain for that long? And yeah, so that's the sort of result from there. I love that. It looks so magical. Here's another one. Now, like, this is a really simple shot. Like, it's nothing wow, but, you know, the left side is no flash again, and the right side is with the flash. So, you know, these type of shots, they're such simple shots, but they can be made even better using the flash. And, you know, you can see so much more detail in the right shot than the left. So I'll show you the video so you guys can have a look of the setup, because they really wanted a shot of them in front of that sign, like the neon sign. They're really popular in Australia now, these neon signs with their last names. Everyone's having them at the weddings and they're really cool. So I'll just play it so you guys can have a for people behind me. I took the baby away. I'm like, come here, baby, you help me to the photo. So that's like such an ugly photo of me there. So like you can see how, like, obviously you know how crazy it is at receptions. Like, there's just, you've got to be really quick. Like, you have to be really quick with setting up your shots because there's so much going on. You've got little kids photo bombing. You've got, you know, people walking in and out drunk. So for me, having this little flash is awesome because it's just easy to get around. You saw me pick it up really easy and swap positions. The reason why I swapped positions is because I started on that side, but then I didn't really like the light, you know, on her face there. So I changed it up so we could do that pose where the light's hitting her face rather than more his. And that's the reason why I swapped the positioning of the flash from that right-hand side to the left-hand side. So, yeah, so I guess that's my 17 minutes up. That's all I've got to show you guys, and I'm looking forward to answering some of the questions that are coming through. I've been seeing them on the side there.
Cool. Oh, thank you, Ash. It was great information. It was certainly great for me. I love the fact that, you know, when you use the modeling lights, even I know it's bright, but I never thought it's that bright, and it's actually pretty cool for video, and it's good for photographers to articulate where your light falls, right? Especially for the indoor shot, and when you do, you know, change from the broad light to short light for the bride, that actually, you know, the modeling light was really cool.
Yeah.
It's something, I guess you learn something new every single day. And with especially with the, you know, with the sparkler fairy wheel, that was really cool too. I've done so many sparkler fairy wheel, but I never done that, you know, what you have done. I was like, oh, this is something I wish I could have done. I will try that next time. What's really good.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, what you said about the videographers, like, with the modeling lamp on, every time I work with a videographer and I bring this little light out and the modeling lamp's on, they're like, oh, is that a continuous light? I'm like, it's both. It can do both, and they always love using it too. So, you know, you can help each other out, especially if you're always working with a videographer, or if you are like a photo and video team. This is perfect. All you need is one of those because you can get your night shots using the modeling lamp. So, yeah, it's a plus.
Awesome. So let's answer all the questions, guys. It's time you leave all your questions below, and we will go ahead and address them one by one. Nikki Jones was asking about how heavy the AD100 is.
What do you know the specific heaviness of it? Because I would say
I think it's about 500 grams.
Yeah,
so the way to think about it, it's just a Coke can, you know, a soft drink can, will be in this similar size, or coffee mug. So and slightly, it's the same size. It's the same size.
It's like literally like drinking a medium-sized McDonald's latte.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, McDonald's latte, that's perfect.
Probably the same size.
V1 or AD100pro? Ash, what's your pick?
I use the V1 for on-camera work when I'm doing like all my dance floor party shots and my documentary style photography. But when it comes to like all my pose stuff and, you know, creative stuff, definitely AD100pro. So definitely both of them have their own perks. So I couldn't tell you one is better than the other because they're both useful for different things.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't think Ash is able to answer that question. When it's going to be available in India. Maybe next question. I don't think we can answer that one yet. No, I have no idea. How do you find AD100pro via speedlights like V1 in terms of power and recycling and extra?
Look, to be honest, I find it's fine. Like I said, I'm doing more posed sort of creative shots, so I don't need the recycling time to be full on fast. But the raining shots that I did, sometimes I get a little bit panicky with the raining shots because I don't want the rain to stop. So I'm like, shoot as much as I can. And it's pretty good. Like, definitely, it's great. Yeah.
So my personal take is I do lots of fashion and editorial stuff. Because the model tends to move pretty fast. They walk on the street, you just try to get all the shots. I find AD100 Pro recycling time, it's definitely a big improvement comparing with V1. I can't give you the data, but you can of course Google the menu up on the internet. But I typically shoot around a quarter power or 1/8 power. With AD100 Pro, you can continuous burst, and with V1 sometimes you have to wait it to recycle a bit, if that makes sense. So if you like me, you want to shoot, you want to continuous shoots, then AD100 Pro will have a noticeably faster recycling time comparing with V1. I'm sorry, I do not have V860, but I would imagine all the hot shoe flash will have a similar recycling time because they have a similar design. So the way V1 design is because it comes with a fan as well, so it would be faster. It would be faster than hot shoe flash for sure. All right. Difference between AD100 Pro and AD200 Pro, besides the power?
It's smaller. So like this is AD200 Pro, this is AD100 Pro. So it's probably about half the size, would you say? So
yes.
You can fit this in your bag easily. If you're like me and you don't shoot with many assistants, having minimal gear is better. Sorry, minimal gear that's not as big and a lot to carry around. This is perfect. This literally fits inside a lens pocket thing in my bag. The other thing that I really love about this versus the AD200 Pro, I really love the AD200 Pro too, but I think this is the flash for me as a wedding photographer because it is small and you can get around easier with it. Not that it makes a huge difference at the end of the day, but it does, I guess, when you're carrying a lot of gear and you don't have an assistant. I love the back, like all the digital screen, the dial to go up and down, to change like your power modes. The dial is really easy. And I find like this new design on the back is just a little bit more awesome to use. What do you think?
Yeah, ever since AD100 Pro, I stopped using AD200 Pro.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, it's just a better light overall to use, like easier to use. For my, of course, like everybody's take is personal. For my personal style, it's just easier to shoot. It's just easier to shoot. Yeah. If
you don't have either of the flash, then go for the AD100 Pro. If you already have an AD200, like keep it and then like get another flash. This can be like your second flash. But yeah, the design of this it reminds me of a small version of the AD300 Pro. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I love the back.
It
feels very professional, the back. There's no battery in this at the moment, but you know what I mean.
So,
yes, they are useful in shoots. You know what, though, to answer this question, if you're like a crazy wedding photographer like me and you're working so manically, I've lost so many pieces of my AK-R1 kit and I need to get another one because do you know what happens? Like I put it on and then like, you know, I put it down and then I forget where I put it. So, but it is such a useful accessory because you can use all the different like heads to, you know, get different looks. I like to use the grid a lot. I also think, you know, if you've got the time, you can also use the different like color gels as well. But I find it is useful in the shoots, but I need to buy them every week because I lose them all the time. Do you? I lose them because they're just like
yeah.
You're probably so much.
No, I just purchased three sets.
Yeah,
I find it sometimes it's so tiny and easy to carry around in the bag.
Yeah,
which is good, but it's so tiny and easy to leave it everywhere, especially if you're busy. So that's I guess
especially if you're doing like a wedding and you're doing a night shot and you don't want to take them away from their reception for too long, and you're like quickly trying a shot and then you're like, hold on a minute, I need to add the barn doors because I need to do this, and then you quickly grab it and then you do it and then you leave something. Like
Yeah.
I've had
But-
3 of those kits and I've lost lots of pieces.
Yeah, but it's fine. It costs almost like nothing.
They're very
No,
affordable. That's right.
Yeah. So if I
Compared
lose
to
one, I actually end up order 3 last week. So
Yeah.
that's my new kit. So which is all good.
I'm glad you're the same as me, Aries, because I lose them all the time.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
To be honest, like it lasts all like the whole wedding, and then when I come home and if I've got a wedding the next day or next week, I just charge it up again. But the good thing about these batteries is it also fits with a V1. So if you have a V1 and you say you run out of power for this, you could just literally get your V1 and just battery and put it in there, or vice versa. So I just literally charge up one of the V1 or like the batteries, and it lasts me like the whole wedding.
So I think that question is already answered. Do you usually shoot with no modifiers? No. In this particular wedding, yes.
Yes.
And
yes.
are you going to get it? Is Ash going to get another pair of AKR1? Yes. So
Probably
do get AKR1. Yeah, probably 3. It costs you like almost nothing. So I ordered 3. It's just because it's so easy to lose. Especially, I don't know. I actually have all the grid with me. I just randomly randomly lost those stones because it's so hard to fit in my pockets. I just randomly leave it on ground. And end of the day of the wedding, I just forgot where I left it.
Yeah.
And probably kids just take it as, I don't know, as a fun toy as well, because it looks so nice. Like
I find random pieces of the AKR1 kit in my car, like in my glove box or
I know.
So I would always use a modifier, but I'm unfortunate. I need to get some new ones.
Yeah. So that question has already been answered. Yep.
The zoom on the lens or the flash? What are they talking about there?
The zoom. There's a zoom function at the back. So basically, James, I would assume that you're coming from a hot shoe flash background. Ever since I used the round head, I almost like forget there's a such thing as a zoom function, because whenever I need zoom in, what I do, I put on the grid. It's much easier than turning the zoom and guess where it falls. And if I want a further zoom, I can either use another grid, or I can just put this mini snoot on, which can further sort of narrow the light beam, which is a way faster. Yeah. So the zoom function, yes, it is useful if you do not have AKR1 kit. And with AKR1 kits, it you can sort of get away without it, in a sense. I hope that helps, James.
Sorry, I couldn't answer that. Obviously,
That's right.
That was no. I don't use it. How's the battery life?
No, it's you're not the only one. Tell you what, remember last week I was sharing the New York style, fashion mode editorial shots. My assistant was literally asking me, say, what zoom do you want with your setting? I was like, what zoom? He's like, the zoom. I was like, what zoom? He was like, the zoom. I was like, oh, you just put a grid on. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. So you're not the only one there. Don't worry.
I'm thinking, oh gosh, you know what though? Like I've said it a million times, I'm not at all technical. So when it comes to these flashes, this is why I love them, because they're so easy. They're like anyone can use them. So people usually get scared about using flashes. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest reason why people won't use them, is because they're like, I don't know how to use them. Like, I'm too scared. I have no idea. But like, honestly, I seriously did not have any idea, and they're so simple to use. So like I said, I'm not technical, but these flashes are easy. I'm just gonna have a play around with the zoom thing now. I think was it James? You've got me intrigued.
So I guess with AKR1, you don't need zoom. It's just it almost like with a strobe, like 8600 Pro, 8300 Pro, you don't need the zoom function because you just use light modifiers to shape the lights. So AKR1 is designed for round head. You can shape the, you can of course use the zoom if you want to, but you can shape the lights with a grid. I find it's a way easier if you have an assistant, and you don't have to teach them about zoom function or the menu. You just magnetic, you stack it on, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
easy. And
Battery
what's the
life.
battery life? I think you already answered it, right? One battery lasts for the whole wedding.
The whole wedding, yeah.
Yeah. Small light modifier to make light soft.
The little soft dome.
Yeah. That will do.
Yeah.
From AKR1. Yeah.
And I saw in your live last week, which was amazing. Those photos were incredible, by the way. You had a softbox on it, didn't you?
Umbrella? Broadly. Yeah, a Broadly.
A Broadly, yeah. So if you wanted to make the light softer, you could use a Broadly too?
Yeah. So basically, Manish, if you want a soft light, you need a large light source. That's pretty much. If you want the light source stay small, you can use the dome to even out, to diffuse and to even out the lights. And it's still a small light source. If you truly want a soft light, you can get an umbrella or softbox. That would definitely help. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. What's the price range roughly? We have in every country it's a bit different, so you have to ask your local dealer.
I think he's from Australia. I know.
Already. Okay, so you can answer that question though.
Oh, I don't know. How much are they? I should have probably looked at it.
Should we Google KO?
Yeah.
Let me quickly check. How about let's? Yeah, I think it's somewhere about Australian dollars. Yeah.
Bloody cheap, I'd say.
Nowadays it's way cheaper, isn't it? Yeah. It's cheaper than a house shoe flash with overheating.
If you want one, go to KL. They're the guys to go, aren't they? The Australian dealer for.
So if you worry about overheating problem, I think AD100pro is the better way to go, because there is heat protection with V1. It only uses one transistor. I think I read a blog somewhere said that. And with this, it comes with, I think, 3 transistors. So I've never had any heat issue with this one. It never slows my shoot down, if that's the question you're asking.
Perfect.
I think it's the same question. Yep. Is that true that AD1 pushes on more lights that AD100 is round head due to the design difference?
Aries will have to answer that one, because
I have no idea, James. They will let us know when after it's announced. We know as much as you do. We know as
James
much as you do.
is a technical guy. We love him.
Yeah.
He's really, really making us feel like we have no idea. I love it. James,
it's very technical, yeah.
I love the technical people. James, if you find out, let me know.
Yeah, but one thing I could tell you is I did read the article about the round head comparison. So it's AD100pro because it's native round head. Then the brightness level is very similar to AD200 with round head, so which is great news. If you are the round head guy, it's probably AD100pro. Like I would purchase AD100pro rather than AD200pro and purchase a separate round head. Economically, it makes more sense. It saves you bucks anyway, right? And it's smaller size. Vivek is like he's a beginner. Can you please suggest him?
Flash to start with.
Yeah.
I would definitely suggest this is probably the flash to start with, wouldn't you say? I would say. Definitely.
Yeah, suggest a flash. Yeah.
Yeah, so
just
I
get
would
an AD100
AD100pro is definitely a great start flash, don't you reckon, Aries?
I think if he has never owned a light before, I would say V1, so he can do a bit on-camera flash.
On
and a bit
camera,
off-camera
yeah.
flash.
If you
So,
don't
yeah.
have if you don't have an on-camera flash already, it's just so different having. I guess you could do off-camera flash with a V1 too, so you get the best of both worlds.
Cool. I've got AD100, just not to know where to begin. I think that's pretty much it. Awesome.
Oh, beautiful.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So yeah, Ash.
We're going to give away
something. Sorry, what was that?
I was thinking that we were going to go, but I realized we have to give away something, don't you?
Yeah, we are going to give away something. So we are going to give away one AD100pro if you comment on Godox YouTube channel under this video or Godox Facebook channel about what you're going to do if you receive a gift from us, which is AD100pro. So what kind of photo shoots what kind of photo would you create with a AD100pro? Comments below and let us know. And the team will select one winner and post out a free AD100pro to you. They will PM you, ask for your address, and send it to you. So it's going to be really good. Make sure you do your comments in the Godox official Facebook channel or Godox official YouTube channel. And that's where they're going to select the winner. All right, cool. Let's answer, I think, one last question. Oh, sorry, two last questions. And before I let you go, Ash. The specification about 100 V1. I think it's better you it's two different lights. If you want on-camera flash, go for V1. If you need a bit more power and faster recycling time, go for AD100.
Yeah, you have to be more specific about what you'll be using the flash for too. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Neil was like, I have AD300, which, well, I do too. Please suggest me a small modifier. Do you want a soft modifier? Then you can go for AD85 or AD65. That's collapsible Godox mount softbox. Or if you want a small modifier, which is easier to carry around, please check the video last week, which I use a umbrella, which is 105 centimeters. If you need something small to control the spread of your light, they also have a Godox mounts, great, as well as snoot to choose from. If you go to Godox websites or your local dealer's website, I'm sure you can find those.
I'm going to put it on. There's a few questions coming up now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ash. I feel bad for you.
I'm here to talk.
Yep.
You know I
Let's
love
have a look.
You're better than Godox, right? The AD100pro is probably better, but it just depends on what you're going to be using it for, because you've got two flashes there that are quite similar, that are both on-camera flash flashes, which can also be used for off-camera flash. But the AD100pro is definitely better for more creative off-camera flash work, I would say.
Yeah.
What do you think, Aries?
AD100pro. I always, it's just easier and smaller to carry around, and so small, so small.
It's my coffee mug.
Thank you. What would you recommend for dance photography?
V1, definitely.
Dance photography.
Is it like dancing, like party shots at the wedding? Because would you say that, or would you say like
ballets or contemporary? It doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm not sure we're not sure about the question. If you want to do a dance party shots at the end of the wedding, then it's V1,
V1,
right?
Yeah.
On camera. If you're doing some crazy ballet dancer in a proper indoor studio, I would recommend AD100pro with high-speed sync and all the bigger modifiers it can support up to.
Hey, Aries, that just made me think I really would love to see you do some amazing photography with dancing. I reckon you would kill it with your work that you've been doing lately. Some dancing photography.
You read my mind. I actually have a
like some ballet. I can just imagine it. It would be so amazing.
I try to keep it low key before I get it done. If I screw up, then nobody knows. Does it make sense?
Now I just blurted it out.
If 2,000 people on the internet knows I'm going to do the shot, and my shot was really, you put up a you put up Instagram story, but you never post the actual shots. That's when you know that I have a shipwreck.
Eric,
it happens, and I accept that.
I don't even think you would ever have a shipwreck. I reckon even your shipwrecks would be like my best work.
No. Trust me, I have shipwreck all the time. I just don't post it. I just post where I did actually get a shot done. And that's the beauty of the using shutters, right? You can spend the whole day, did 8,000 photo shoots. You only have to pick one winner to post on your social media to win the heart of your clients, and that's enough, right? You don't have to do safe shot in every single photo you take, and that's kind of boring too. Yeah,
safe is boring. Cool. Always, I agree.
Yeah. All right, guys. If there's no more question, just make sure you leave your comments below, and you are enter a chance to win a brand new AD100pro posted from Godox. Make sure you comment on the Godox official YouTube or Facebook channel. Right. Thank you, Ash. That was great sharing. I certainly learned lots of new. And we have another talk with the awesome King of Adelaide, Kilo, coming up next week. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.